Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today I am so excited because we have won our first UCL game against Newcastle at St. James's Park, one of the most difficult stadiums to play in England. We didn't just play, we didn't just contest, we won the game with two well-taken goals scored in England by an Englishman. But man, it was tough, it was hard, it was feisty. It even looked like we were going to lose this game, especially with the way the game started. But Barcelona settled into the game. It came through with two well-taken goals. It took control of the game and showed the world that we're ready to contest this season. I really liked how Hansi Flick approached the game because it showed that he had studied Newcastle and understood how they played and was careful for us not to play in the way that played into their hands, because Newcastle as a team, they know how to run, they know how to press, they're very physical. So I was not surprised to see Araujo starting in this game. Neither was I surprised to see Jules Koundé playing at right back, because trust me, if we had gone with Eric Garcia, it would have been a disaster, no lies. So we'll see that Hansi Flick started with Joan Garcia in goal. I'll come back to him. Jules Koundé at right back, Pau Kubasi pairing Araujo in central defense, and Gerard Martin playing at left back. Then with the midfield two of Pedri and Frankie de Jong, then front four of Rafinha, Rashford, Fermin Lopez, and Robert Lewandowski. For the first 15-20 minutes, we simply were not that great. I could see that we were struggling, to maintain the tempo of the game, because obviously Newcastle, being spurred by the fans, were trying to, attack and, to run and to ensure that they probably got an early goal, which would have probably been difficult for us if they had done that. But towards the end of the first half, we started seeing Pedri on the ball a bit more. We started controlling the ball, even though we were not really creating much chances because Newcastle were playing so deep and they were relying on the counter with the pace of, Anthony Langa and Antonio Gordon and the rest of them, So it was not difficult. It was quite difficult. So again, in the second half, Newcastle were threatening. It looked like they were going to take the game to us again, and we still struggled. It was kind of similar to how the first half ended, but somewhere around the 55th minute, I started seeing a different approach. I think our players became bolder. We started taking more risk. We started taking the game to them, and that's when the game opened up, obviously. And we got our first goal. And man, I have to give credit to Jules Koundé for the work he did for that cross, and fantastic cross, fantastic header by Marcus Rashford. I have to talk about Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has been a player that's been struggling for a couple of years now. For the past 2 years, 3 seasons or thereabouts, there's been a lot of talk about the fact that he probably has lost his mojo. He probably has lost what made him tick, But we saw that the Rashford that we knew in the EPL when he was much younger is still there. And he definitely proved it with his performance today, no doubt about that. The second goal from Marcus Rashford was a rocket. I've always known him to be a very good ball striker, but that goal, there was a lot of power, there was a lot of deep, and to be honest, no keeper would have saved that ball. No keeper would have saved it. It was destined to be a goal, and I'm really happy for him. And let me talk about Joan Garcia. That goalkeeper we bought for 25 million euros is the best piece of business Barcelona has done in the last couple of years. We bought a goalkeeper that we needed to buy. We bought a goalkeeper that today, as we speak, is a savior for the team. If we didn't have him in this game, we probably would have lost or at least drawn this game. I'm really happy that we have him playing for us. He's a young goalkeeper, has a lot to learn, and I'm sure he's going to do great things for the club. Laporta, you got this one right. Thumbs up to you. So Pedri was Pedri, Rafinha put in his shift, Jules Koundé tackled, Araujo did a lot of blocks. Everybody put in their best, and it would have been unjust if we hadn't come away with 3 full points in that game. And I'm really impressed by the attitude that we showed in this game. So 3 points in the bag, first game of the season, first UCL victory of the season. I believe this will give us confidence into the next game against PSG, which we are going to play at home. Winning that game will be very important, and I'm sure we can do it just like we did today. So that's all from me, guys. Let me know your thoughts regarding the game that we played against Newcastle. What was the highlight for you? Who was the best player in the game? What do you think about Marcus Rashford? What do you think he can achieve with us this season? And what do you think we can achieve as a team this season? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Until then, live well, be safe, and Visca Barca.